Hey everyone, it's us. That's Boo. I'm gonna need him to get off this for a second. I am so excited. Because yeah, I know, you're right here. Sorry if I'm jostling you guys around a bit. I've got the Gorilla Pod, like, wrapped around my ankle. Yeah, so filming setup, not really my top priority at the moment. Cool. Here. Yeah, there. It's on your head now. But yeah, I'm so excited, and I guess he's excited too, because he's gonna help out showing, because this is finally finished. Oh my god, it's been like a year since I started making this one. So, my first, and I did bind this myself, and the binding is sort of weak. I'm still learning, but I'm gonna keep learning. And all these pages are now filled in, and I got like some new stuff, and I was like, I'm not gonna use this stuff until I finish this book. And I was like, yeah, sure. So guess what? Also, these haven't been opened yet, so there you go. So yes, now my mother doesn't have to watch my whole video. But yeah, I'm gonna try and show you. The cat has decided since I'm home that it must be playtime. Because I'm like never home. Which really freaking blows. But I'm gonna show you. Be forewarned. There are words and language like even on the first page. And there's not a lot of writing. Because it's actually a sticker that my coworker gave me at my old job. So, yeah, the first page is just stickers. Hey, 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 hey. And the second page is more stickers, including, see, I'll cover that up. There. Now your virgin ears won't have to see or hear it. But then there's the stickers that are on my phone. That was just a little doodle. Look, you can see the binding is just kind of rubbish. It was like my first go, so that. It's a page like testing out pens and stuff. I really like, gosh, it's hard to focus on it, but I really like that particular pattern with the lines. It looks really high-tech, I guess. All my pens that I was testing out. And just the little doodles. I made this all from like junk pages. I was testing out a set of watercolor pencils that my mom got me. That was just a sketch from an Instagram photo. I do that a lot. I'll just like scroll through Instagram and then just start sketching. It's probably like my first venture into gouache, and I'm still not sure how I feel about gouache. Boo, quit it. Boo. Gosh, you act like no one pays attention to you. I'm going to use you as a book stand. See, I got the little fiery flames and that. This page is kind of crap. That one, hey! What are you doing? Sketch from National Geographic. See, if I put him out of the room and shut the door, he's just going to start crying, so... Go over there. You're impossible. Old National Geographic. It's from the abandoned orphanage by my house. So suburban gothic. I know. More National Geographic sketch. That was just kind of noodling. I got one of those knockoff spirographs. I don't know where my old spirograph got off to. I'm kind of disappointed that I couldn't find it, because that would have been neat. The one I got, it was like some knockoff kit. The gears were bigger. It's okay, but it's not the same. Nice collage. Keep doing those all day. I got my little frog prints. So I guess she's the queen, and then he's like the little frog prince down there. Oh, these were some from my old job. We'd have like the ship list that we work off, and sometimes there'd be like a lot of space on the bottom, and if it was slow, I would just draw a bunch of stuff. So, come on, unfold, because that one's actually kind of cool. Spooky Forest. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know. That's very faint. It's like a girl walking a shark at the bottom of the ocean. It's very cool though. Got a couple stamps. There's a neighbor that like collects stamps, and he actually like has this giant Tupperware full of stamps that he'll put out during the block party so little kids can just get a baggie full of stamps. But sometimes some of them just get dropped on the ground, so I'd be walking home from like 7-Eleven or whatever, and I found 2 of the Queen, but not actually a British stamp. So she's on the Australian one, she's on the Canadian one as well. It's probably like the first, I think it was the first page I did in the book. And I forget song lyrics, and I forget the name of the song, and I forget the name of the band, but it was like bright lights, big city. I don't even remember. Like, that was a song that was popular when I was 14, and it might have not even been that. That's another city sketch, but it's hard to see because the ink's kind of bled through. So an abandoned house building in Leslie by the park. So there was a trail and there was a park, and I took pictures, and that was probably a picture that was on my phone left over. Bird at the zoo. It's a black-necked stilt. I can't even read my own handwriting. And just a sketch from the Elephant and Castle bar in Chicago. There's more gouache that I was playing with. I did play with a bit of gouache. I guess it's okay. And I got one of those, like, in the craft exchange in Northbrook. I got one of those, like, pan sets of gouache. So I've been using that a lot. But it kind of flakes onto the page. I guess that's the only caveat, really. Some intense circles. I've got a little unicorn. So this is definitely from, like, over a year ago, because this was, I drew this in August of last year, 2017. I remember where I was at. I was in the cafeteria of the place I was temping at for the kids' school lunch thing, where I was like entering all the stuff into the computer. It's just, I drew a tree over this, but it was just a collage page from a picture I took in the cemetery because I was edgy once upon a time. So I guess I'm still, I don't know. More National Geographic sketches from painting class. So there's the twerking polar bear. And then there's polar bear meeting a friend. And I was just experimenting with some really chunky pencils that I've got. I don't like that one. Let's skip that page. Okay. So that's experimenting with a lot of stuff. So that was the masking pen marker with the drawing gum inside that you could like pull up and make distinct lines. So did that. Kind of like this little drawing that's in the middle. It's like a city in the mountain, and it's got a couple hot air balloons tethered to it. I don't know if that's easy to see. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, more problems. It really is problems. And some watercolor mixed in as well, for good measure. This is... Sometimes I open the mail at work, like all of our bills and statements that we get to AP. And sometimes, like, they usually send with, like, that American flag forever stamp that we all use. But sometimes they use interesting stamps. And, like, whenever they use an interesting one, I will just pull the stamp off. Because I guess I like stamps too. Sure. Here's a stamp. fierce lion from the Lincoln Park Zoo. He is a very noisy lion. Like, I think that day I went to the zoo and I went and saw the lion and I walked around and I went and the toilets are like in the building that the lion is also housed in, like the lions, and I think because they had a tiger there for a very long time, but she was like 20 years old and she passed away, and she was like one of the oldest tigers in the world. And so they like basically expanded the lion's enclosure, so they got the tiger's old enclosure as well, which is kind of cool because I think the lions need more room because there's like 4 of them. But anyway, I was coming out of the toilets that one day and just heard roaring and roaring. It was like 5 p.m. I guess it was supper time. I don't know. But I was kind of scared. So there's, I don't know. It's a cat. She kind of reminds me of a Wes Anderson film. I don't know, like something out of Fantastic Mr. Fox. Yeah, I think I was thinking about Isle of Dogs when I drew her, actually. But, you know, the dogs aren't really anthropomorphized in that, they just talk. This was me talking with my boyfriend's baby brother. We had just been to the aquarium in St. Andrews, me and my boyfriend. We unfortunately didn't take the baby brother. That would have been a nice trip, but I don't know. It would just been hard for us to handle a kid. We're not that grown up yet. But we were talking about seals, and we were talking about how we would keep seals, and he was like, oh, I'll just keep one in the yard. Like, but no, the seal needs to go. So, like, baby brother was saying, oh, I would just keep it in the yard, and I was like, no, you can't do that. The seal needs to go in the ocean, dude. So I drew out this whole plan for a house, like how I would keep seals. So you got, like, you know how there's always like higher ground, and then the beach is down here. So I'd have like a bridge coming from the higher ground, because that's probably where my car would go. Bridge, and then the house would be on stilts so that it wouldn't get flooded in the high tide. And there'd be like these big blocky steps and a trapdoor, so a seal could just like walk in if they wanted to. Or a shark, that could be dangerous. But that's how I'd do it. And I'd have a light beacon for ships, and I'd have, I don't know, beach home for living with seals or sea lions or sea otters. That's how I framed it as. Got this little butterfly, and it started like, I cut the, this is one of those die cut butterfly things, and I cut the wings off to use in another piece, which is like later on in this book, but I didn't want to waste the little butterfly body, so I put that, it's not a real butterfly, it's just paper, but I decided to draw a new very big set of wings for it. Big and gorgeous. I didn't want to waste it. I mean, even if it's just like a little bit of paper. And that's a sketch that's like loosely based off one of my friend's vacation photos. And that's a sketch that is loosely based off my coworker's wisdom tooth, because I was like sitting in the cafeteria at work and I was doodling this, and he was like, oh, is that my wisdom tooth? Because he had just had his wisdom teeth out, and I was like, it could be. I don't know. I don't think wisdom teeth look like that. I've seen the x-rays of mine, and they don't look like that. And soon I'll be able to see one of them in person, but that's a different story. But then later on, I kind of made it into this sacred art piece. I feel like there was a picture of the Virgin Mary holding baby Jesus, like, at my school somewhere when I was a kid. I went to Catholic school. That like, something like that probably existed in many forms with many different saints. I'm just guessing. That's an abandoned house in Kirkcaldy in Fife, and where my boyfriend's family was staying at the time. this was like at the end of the block, so I'd walk past it like twice a day, you know, because I just went out every day, just walking and stuff. So I got this kind of cool page of, I don't know, started doing doodles. That is a live sketch from being on the owl at 2 in the morning, and the blue line is very bumpy. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. Got this cool. I don't even know. I just took a ruler and just went everywhere with that, and then colored it in with coloring pencils. And my little Gemmy Gems, my little watercolor study Gemmy Gems. Like how this little aquamarine turned out. That's totally an aquamarine. Well, I think that's a labradorite. There's another little van with the windshield busted out that was just parked on the Esplanade in Kirkcaldy. Some little studies of houses that I drew on sticky notes, mid-century stuff, and then Legos, because why not? And then got these little monochrome houses that I painted in watercolor. And this little fantasy city up on all those rocks. And this is the last thing I made in the book, and this is me officially finished. I've just been picking pages at random, so I just did a little nice little collage with the fortune-telling owl, and these little contact sheet negative photos came from my friend Kat in Idaho. Hi Kat, how's it going? I drew a map to explain where I was at to some friends. I think that was the deal, is I was at a bar with them and this was what I had to like draw and write on, or was it at the arcade? We went to the arcade and I was trying to explain where I was at because people are like, where the hell is Fife? That's where it is. It is there. I don't know, everyone likes this one for some reason, so that's cool. And people like that as well. There's more gouache in there. I kind of like that as well. Negative space, playing with negative space, painting a kitty. And doing a dot painting because my mom stole all my dot paintings. At least someone's enjoying them. There's bus tickets and the penguin feeding time from the aquarium in Fife, and the little seal that we saw. There were 2 little seals. And that's a nice painting. It's the walk to Seafield Tower. So that's also in Kirkcaldy. Oh, sorry, dude. Oh, no. Still not playtime. That was the sketch from a Dan Bell video, and I actually did make that into a bigger painting. And that's the concept sketch for a dot painting that my mom's got. Big, intense spring green collage. I had drawn the little bunny thing. He's got like little socks for ears, so I guess he's just a toy bunny, but he's happy, sort of. And the little bird. And then the rest, I kind of tried to work around it. Life drawing from the beach in Evanston when I was there a couple weeks ago trying to like wait out Northwestern football traffic. And then that's from a Pinterest photo. And see, this has got shimmers on it from that fine text set. Little Panda Express. You are creative and others can relate to you. I don't know if that's true. But that's where the little butterfly's wings from earlier went. They went onto the girl's head, and that's from one of the Jane Davenport marker sets. And so there's this. I drew the castle on a sticky note while I was at work. And then I wanted to expand upon it, so see, can I pull this out without wrecking it? The little fish inside. Oh no, I'm gonna wreck it. I'm gonna wreck it. Oh no. What is this? Oh no, what's happening? So, yeah, I can just fold in some tiny little goldfish, tiny little papers. I want to make like a dozen more of those. Those are actually quite cool. And sort of a life drawing of a bank that was outside the cafe, but it's not a very good one. And the other girl from the June Davenport marker set, and I put her up on the, I don't know, this, I just did this in crayon. It was just random triangles. And then I decided to add some flowers for her headdress, and I used this kind of see-through vellum to back her, so there's some sort of like difference between her and the background. Random Pinterest photo. Random iron brew label. More sticky notes. Mario sticker from that Nintendo event that I went to that one time. And that's it. So now I can start using these. And that's going to be in a later video because it's like 10 at night and I have to get up for work tomorrow. And hopefully get out at a reasonable time. I don't think I've ever actually left work on time except the one time that I was sick and left early. That is the life of being salaried. I don't know what else to say about that, so I will be doing a video. I want to try these on different papers, so I'll be doing a video of this very soon, hopefully in a less shaky environment. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Goober, you want to say bye? He's busy eating, so I'm saying bye for Goober as well. See you later.